Afternoon, my name is Sam Gonzalez. My U number is 11316403. So what we're looking at today is a data set from FIFA, and we're going to be looking for insights as to what we can find within the data. So if you don't know, FIFA is an online soccer game that is played on Xbox, PlayStation. It's very, very popular. And what it is that they take real life players that play in real life clubs and they add numerical values to certain skill sets and certain skills that they then model into a game to make that virtual experience as real as possible. So the first thing that I thought of when I was looking into the data was the scores, right? So like the people that score the goals, so the strikers, that's the position that it's called. And so what I did is I put the top 5% of the strikers, and I wanted to see their finishing scores. So it's top 5% of the finishing scores. And then once I did that, I noticed that a lot of the most popular players that we all kind of know internationally, such as like Messi, Mbappe, Luis Suarez, all those kind of players, they weren't in the data. And I thought that was strange. And then I realized that they don't have that specific title of the striker, even though they score a lot of goals. So that led me to go ahead and try to find where the most scorers were, or the best finishers, according to position. So I took pretty much the top half of the scorers, so the top half of the field, so nobody defensive, just offensive side of the ball, and I got the top 5% again of the overall scores and finishing scores, and then categorize them by position. So strikers do have the majority with 11. So the 11 top 5% of overall scored players are strikers. However, they're not the best per se. For example, let's see here. Here we have Messi. He has an overall of 94, and his finishing is number 5, but he is a right forward. So again, like I said, that goes to show that just because you're a striker doesn't mean that you're the best or you have the best finishing positions. And then once looking through the data, I noticed that I counted per se actually that the left side of the field had more talent than the right side of the field. But what I mean by that is on the left side of the field, you have actually 24 players ranked within the top 5% of the overall, as opposed to the right side of the ball, which only had 19. So 24 to 19, it was kind of significant. So I wanted to test to see whether on the overall, if that was the case, if overall there's more talent on the left side of the ball than there is on the right side of the ball. And so that's exactly what I did on the next visualization. I compared the overall of everyone that played a left position as opposed to the right-handed position. So you have, I used 3 metrics to base that off of. Obviously there's a lot more, but for the sake of the experiment, I only used 3. So I used the average finishing, the average overall, and then the average positioning of everybody on the teams. And so as you can see here, there's really not much going on as far as if there's anything statistically profound in the difference between the two. So you have the right wing, left wing, there's really nothing there. So like I said, strikers do not comprise the best players. The best players are not in one specific position, and the best finishers are not strikers, and there is more talent on the left side than the right side, but that only applies to the top 5% of players. And then on a whole, there's no significance to the left or the right side of the ball for the overall population of soccer players. Similar to how in baseball, left-handed pitchers are better against right-handed batters, that only really applies to the top pitchers in the league. So it's something similar, something that I found pretty profound. Thank you so much.